I don't do that crap. That's why I just hung up the phone. I was like, you know what? I gotta go. Yeah, but that's not my style, guys. It may be your style, but it ain't mine.
But you look like a pussy just hanging up. We were totally confused. You didn't even say the first time you're on the phone, hey guys, I thought we agreed to this. You know what? I'm telling you, man to man, that it never got to us that we couldn't talk about Pam because you know what? We wouldn't have agreed to this interview.
You call me a pussy, I'm hanging up.
Pussy.
Jesus.
Wow, we need Tommy Lee to make a good radio show.
If you say that, I'll take my ball and not play.
I know, man. You know.
The girl goes to the gynecologist. She says, Doc, I'm freaking out. I keep finding postage stamps from Costa Rica in my vagina. And he examines her. He says, lady, those aren't postage stamps. Those are the stickers from bananas.
So we're walking in at 90th Street at the Reservoir. This is where I go every day for a couple hours.
Beautiful.
There's usually a little man that sits in there. He's been sitting there for about 70 years.
Doing what?
Nothing. Telling people, go around.
That's his whole job?
That's
go around.
That's a volunteer. Where are we? You're in the lake. Go around. Circle.
A guy gets a farm, so he's got to get a cow. So he goes to a cow sale. He sees a nice cow, and he says, the guy's selling the cow, I think I want to buy this cow, but I got to make sure it's still vital. The guy selling the cow says, well, whatever you got to do. So the guy reaches under and pulls on one of the cow's and the cow cuts a huge fart. So the guy reaches under and pulls on another and the cow cuts an even bigger fart. And he turns to the guy selling the cow and he says, this cow is from Minnesota, isn't it? And the guy selling the cow says, yeah. How can you tell? He says, my wife is from Minnesota. How great is that? How great is that?
I love that. How great is that?
I was getting my first divorce, and there was 4 or 5 people. Like, I was getting a divorce. 2 dudes I knew were 7-8 year relationships were breaking up, where they'd lived together and moved across country and stuff. And then another girlfriend of one of them's, same thing. She found out her husband was a crackhead.
Whoa!
Like 2 months before their wedding. And he's in jail. He has to call her from jail. He's been tricking her on every single time he would go, well, I'm having boys' night out on the weekend or something. He's somewhere smoking crack.
In like a crack house?
Yes, like a crazy hidden double life Wall Street thing, you know?
But how could you hide that from your wife that you're an actual crackhead? Wouldn't there be signs like your teeth falling out and losing a lot of weight?
If it's 1 day a week or whatever, he's got his time that he's doing his thing. So if it's heroin or crack or pills or whatever, I don't know. But she joined us on, and we used to everything had happened within 1 month. So everybody's relationship crumbles for whatever reason. And so we would come out here at 7:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock. Sometimes we'd walk 2 or 3 times a day. And it was just like, we need to walk off the hate. It's just 4 of us out here just stomping along.
Right.
Yeah, just mad.
And then you got to hear, go around.
It's from the guy.
A couple goes into an adoption agency, and the guy says to the woman, we'd like to adopt a child. And the woman says, okay, what do you do? He says, we're clowns in the circus. All right. She says, well, do you want to adopt a boy or a girl? And the guy gets mad. He says, a boy or a girl? We just want to have a child to raise so we can have a nice family. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. As long as it'll fit into the barrel of our cannon.
Jesus, Jackie.
There's an island that has somebody put some goats on it, and they just started multiplying, and so it's in the middle of the lake, and everybody just goes over there and feeds the goats. It's Goat Island. And so as soon as you roll up in your boat, all the goats come running because they're used to people feeding. So it's a hillbilly petting zoo in the middle of the lake. It's for free.
How do they remind you of your childhood?
Just like listening to music like that where you just felt like, you know, when you were listening to it, like things were happening, you know, like people were making love in the distance or people were, you know, somebody was just, you know, getting a bad tattoo on their arm by a friend, you know, or just like things that just made you feel like your brother was drunk driving around the block, you know?
Yeah, you're talking about just feeling alive.
Yeah.
I got to interrupt you. See that lady right there? She was just topless.
Oh, I didn't really.
And it's an old lady in a bikini.
From the 70s.
From the 70s. And she was, this brought up, that's pretty cool,
no,
actually.
It was like kind of Florence Henderson. It was very Florence Henderson for
It gives you a whole different look at the park. But it's like more secluded, and that lady was topless. Then she saw us coming, and she wasn't shy about putting her top on. She put it on really slowly. She's got to be, I would say she's at least 60-something.
I was going to say 65.
And look at her body, though. It's banging. Look at the ass now. Now she turned to show us her ass.
And she's on the phone saying 2 creepy dudes are talking about
yeah, okay.
some sort of detonator device. As they walk through the park.
You had a falling out with your dentist?
Yeah.
What happened?
We just don't see eye to eye on stuff, man, you know?
But I don't see eye to eye with my dentist. I go in there and they have a nice lady, cleans my teeth, not much pain, and then I get out of there. What's the eye to eye part of it?
She just had I guess we actually got an argument about movies and stuff. She hadn't seen any movies in probably maybe 15 years.
Oh, really?
And at that point, I just made me wonder, well, how up to date is she on anything current? You know, like, is she, what kind of even tooth stuff is she using? Like, and I don't have time to research all of that. So I'm like, I know what to do now. I've been here enough. I'm going to clean up at the house. I'm going to take care of it.
Yeah, but you got to scrape. Like,
I got a set of the tools. You can get a set of the tools online for $25.
Oh, you actually got the tools?
Yeah.
So you're scraping your own teeth?
Yep. I'll get the enamel back there. I'll get that little mirror.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty flashy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And do you get happy when you get a nice chunk?
Yeah, and you know what you're doing. I mean, it's basically just like cleaning off the side of a boat if you ever cleaned a boat.
Because we just passed where they do Shakespeare in the Park. And every time I ride my bike past where they do Shakespeare in the Park here in Central Park in New York City, I think of the time Judy Gold was bragging about doing Shakespeare in the Park. I just got to mention it again. And
it's great.
And
so good how long you were.
And without making a joke, I wasn't going for a thing.
No.
I truly thought she meant she was doing Shakespeare in the Park, where there's other people that do that, but they find just a tree somewhere and set up camp and do a little Shakespeare. And she looked at me. She was so mad. Because for the life of me, I didn't think for a moment that she actually got the big gig, the real Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah.
I know she did, and she crushed it.
Version of something.
Taming of the Shrew.
Right, all female.
Yeah.
But
she crushed it.
I was sitting there that day. She was absolutely wonderful. Because you couldn't have been more stupid. And admitting your stupidity the whole time. You're freely.
And it just made it funnier because I'm like, I'm such an idiot.
And then I had seen the thing that you had seen. So I was able to actually go, no, I know what he's trying. She was like, I know what he's fucking talking about. There's like 8 people standing out there. And they're on the side of a hill just doing.
I was confused. I'm like, should I be congratulating her for this? And then when we found out it was the real thing, then of course, but.
Do they start feeling loose in your mouth, your teeth at a certain age?
No, Jesus. What the fuck? I'm not that old. What the fuck is that about?
Well, I'm just trying to get a take on the future, man.
Wow. My teeth aren't loose yet.
I don't know. What the fuck? Not loose, not like,
they're hanging in there.
You know, not like you got to fight your way through like a rock candy, you know.
They still got a strong white color to them. Now we're underneath the Dakota on 72nd and Central Park West, looking up at Yoko Ono's joint. She's really old.
Walk across the side of the street over.
Why?
Because it bothers me.
Why?
Because it's just too close to ugly, horrible. Seriously, when my friends would come and visit me, I'm like, I'm only going to stand on the opposite corner, and you can go over there and take all the pictures you want. This is creepy to me.
Yeah, to this day,
it's creepy to me. Sorry.
To this day, the tourists take pictures exactly where John Lennon was shot.
Stupid.
We're going to actually walk right by it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Vic.
Like I know.
Which sadly brings us back to a time when Opie was taking video of tourists taking pictures in front of the Dakota, where John Lennon was assassinated.
Here's the entrance to the Dakota. Yeah, get a picture where he was murdered. There you go. Beautiful. Smile. That's where he was murdered.
Yeah, I'm happy. I used to have spaced out teeth when I was younger, and I got braces, and then now my teeth are starting to space again. I'm thinking about just letting them go, you know?
What do you mean space?
Just spaced out, like I had a lot of, just spaces.
Oh, like, they had to push them back together?
Yeah, it looked like kind of like a 7-10 split in there, you know? Like somebody, little stray hand, and I was stray handing around the front, you know?
We are now walking exactly where John Lennon was shot. And we're done. We're done. We're past. That was it.
I know.
And Mark David Chapman was hanging out.
Don't even stop.
Okay. But right here. Right?
Stop.
Or was it the other side?
No, why?
I think it was right here.
I don't like it.
He hung out all day waiting. Okay, I'll shut up.
With his copy of Catcher in the Rye.
Right.
So...
My problem is my lower jaw is, I guess, maybe on the small side. So, So I need the bottoms to be pulled apart. So there's a little, they're a bit on the crooked side down there.
Yeah.
People like to point that out when they're going for that hate.
Yeah. When you're young and people
they want to go for that hate and go, hey, why don't you get your fucking teeth fixed?
Yeah. Yeah. People that can't even speak.
You can afford it. Why don't you get your teeth fixed? Some millionaire you are. If they don't bother me, why they bother you?
Bro, I left you a long time ago. I am fucking tired, exhausted.
Chilling.
You're in good shape?
I was part of a fight at the bar.
No.
They kicked some fucking guy out. Oh, it was the best.
What was the fight over?
Freeloading.
So this guy comes behind me.
It was a football fan. Or
a soccer fan. And he comes in the back and he's watching.
Did they lose?
Argentina's losing.
Good.
Croatia.
Yes.
So I'm watching the game, and the guy standing behind me, and the bartender, old school New Yorker, he goes, "Hey, buddy, you got to buy something if you're going to watch the game." He goes, "No, I'm going to work. I can't drink anything." He goes, "Okay, 5 minutes." So after 5 minutes comes, I call the bartender. I go, "Hey,
Carl's the best."
I don't want to say anything, but my $6,000 watch says you're about 10 minutes slow. He goes, "Thanks, cuz." So he goes, "Hey, soccer guy." He goes, "Hey, soccer guy, time to go. Carl here says it's been 10 minutes. The guy looks at me and goes, "More like 12 minutes. And the guy's like a real fucking nerd. And he goes, "I just watching the game. This is a free country." He goes, "It is a free country. It ain't a free fucking bar, though." So I'm like, "It ain't a free fucking bar. You see what Trump is doing to kids. You think you're going to fucking sit in this bar?" Oh, my God. So now I'm getting everybody riled up in the bar.
Stirring the pot.
I'm stirring the pot. And this guy, he must be all of 80 years old. And the guy stares and he keeps watching the game. And not only is he watching the game, he's being vocal. Like, "Oh," every time they miss a goal.
Yeah.
So he looks at me and goes, "Is this motherfucker an Argentina fan?" I go, "The biggest."
I'm going to Croatia.
He goes, "I banged a Croatian girl once." I'm like, "Do it for her." He comes around the bar. He goes, "That's it, Pancho."
Really? Yeah, that's it, Pancho.
And then I'm trying to get Spanish. I'm like, "Adios, amigo."
And he threw him out.
Threw him the fuck out. And people Rudy clapped him the whole way.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I got a free shot of Jim Beam for being American.
A lot of these reality stars, they think that fame is going to last forever, and they're not working toward anything.
Yeah.
As soon as the TV show dries up, they're fucked.
Oh, yeah. And it can be a dark fall for people, too, because you're really popular, but you don't have any money. Is the worst part. I mean, I remember asking people for money at the bus stop to get on the bus.
Right.
And they would recognize me.
And they probably thought it was a joke, like you were filming some new TV show. Hey, man, I'm part of Theo's show. Give him money so he can go on a bus. I think it's going to be on MTV this Saturday.
Will you stop?
I'm a chill.
Another Instagram
Her
news.
pee-pee is dope.
Is there a story behind that?
No, it's just cool. I heard the story. It was better than watching the Avengers. I want to give Sherrod $8 when he was done with this story.
Wow. What do you call them? Road beasts?
Oh, they had some I'll tell you where they had some real slam pigs that I met, actually. Was over in Manayunk, Philadelphia, out in that area, dude.
All right, I've been there.
Buddy of mine took me to an attic there one time where they were serving liquor and it was packed. And they literally just played the Philadelphia Eagles fight song 100 times in a row.
Over again. That's Philly, all right.
A couple of girls were dressed in Christmas lights, I remember, dude.
Well, it's one of those...
and I wish the power would go out after I saw their bodies.
I went and got Vic Henley. I was hanging outside his apartment. Vic has hung outside my my apartment. So we're getting there.
It's getting closer and closer?
It's getting closer where we might get to see each other's apartments. I don't know. We'll
I'm
see.
not allowed in. Carl apparently can show up at any moment, ring the goddamn buzzer, and
I had
get
to
right
bring
in.
a $400 bottle of wine.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then he was like, I'm like, I have wine for your wife. He's like, come on up.
Oh man, I was in Louisville one time, and I was after the show. People after the show are always like, it's always the shadiest people that take you out. Beautiful people, but they shady as well. And this guy was like, you want to come with us? And I'm like, sure. They had a limousine, right?
Right.
And they had a brother right there who was asking for change or selling drugs or something. I'm not sure, but I was like, I'll only come if my friend can come too. And I just pointed at this dude, right? Because I just had this feeling that he hadn't been in a limousine, right?
Yeah.
And I know I was jumping to conclusions, but that was my feeling. And they're like, that's your friend? I'm like, that's my boy, you know, Big Sherman, you know, and they're like, all right, he can come. So then I went over to him and I was like, bro, you and me getting in a limousine, just act like you're my friend. He's like, all right, cool.
You didn't know this guy at all?
Didn't know this dude at all, dude. So next thing you know, we're all in this limousine with a bunch of dudes.
Fuck.
Me and Big S, bro. And we go to some party, some big party, right?
Right.
I'm there for like 15 minutes. Heard somebody scream upstairs, heard a window break. Big Sherman had stolen a bunch of stuff.
Get the fuck out
I swear, out of an upstairs room, and left out a window, jumped onto a little terrace from a lower, and then just jetted. And they're like, your boy just stole a couple purses. And I'm like, I don't know that dude, bro.
But you brought Big Sherman to the party.
Yeah, but you got to shake it up.
You got to just shake it off.
That's Trump, bro. That's Trump. You know.
Yeah.
And then
I want to go day drinking. That was the day I had to sign off everything and sign a paper to say, some of us had to learn how to be a chef. Now you just became one automatically.
Oh, no. It's also the first day I had my best caviar ever.
We had caviar. It was great.
Oh, really?
And he stacked it like a club sandwich. You got to eat it like the club sandwich.
You got to stack it up.
No, Nick wants to
Nick Solaris.
What I'm saying was that Vic's best day was Carl's worst day.
That's all you remember from that day.
Yeah,
we had
true.
Excellent caviar.
He says, Carl, your tears are so salty. I had so much of the caviar sandwich.
You ain't worth the salt in my tears.
Is Trump in the KKK?
I mean, he was endorsed by the KKK. So.
But whose fault is that? That's the KKK's fault. Those people are scumbags.
He can't control the fact that the KKK endorsed him, right?
Yeah, of course they're going to endorse him. They also endorsed, what's his name's new all-white sneakers. The ones by, Pharrell. When he came out with that all-white sneaker.
Wait, the KKK endorsed Pharrell sneakers?
Yeah, dude, they endorse anything that's white, bro. They endorse margarine. They endorse Cool Whip for like a decade. I mean, KKK's a bunch of losers. You know?
Sherrod got a lot of attention in the last week or so with the Pete Davidson Ariana Grande photo.
Yeah, I got that out on. What did I do? I just put it up on Instagram, but everybody fucking took it and ran with it. It was on People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight and fucking something else.
What's my girl's daughter now wants to go to the wedding.
Oh, really?
She thinks she's got a hookup.
I got her. That's going to be the only wedding with a fucking bouncy house.
Oh, it's on.
I hope they like Chuck E. Cheese.
It's on.
I used to share a back fence with David Duke. I think I told you guys that.
Yeah, you used to work out with David Duke.
I used to go to the gym with him.
And you said he was a nice guy. I remember this.
He's a nice guy. They dated the prettiest girl at the seafood restaurant I used to work at.
Was she very white?
She was white, man.
She must have been like Irish white.
Oh, she was.
If David Duke's going out with a white girl, it's got to be like Irish white. There can't be any questions in there.
Yeah.
There can't be any type of tan going on.
Yeah.
People are going to question his motives.
Yeah, she was very, just lean in the pigment.
She better burn in the sun within a half hour. Within a half hour, dude.
Wow, look at him. Oh, that's crazy.
He breaks up with Larry David's daughter and then gets engaged 2 weeks later.
It sounds like a Larry David episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Larry David,
somebody cue the horn.
No, that's the Price is Right, right?
Like, yeah, he's,
That was the Price is Right.
They definitely in love, though. I would say they are in love. She's cool as shit. We were laughing all night.
Why do they have to get engaged? What's up?
Why does it bother you, cuz?
Because it's weird. We got to talk about something.
But usually you didn't stop my fucking car accident, did you? My whole life blew up 9 times in front of you.
Didn't give a shit.
Did
not give a shit.
He sat there in his fucking pajamas on the 38th floor, being like, "It'll work through. Give me some fake motivational quotes." Hey,
Call my shaman.
Sarah.
Call my shaman
with his fucking $90 shaman, his Groupon shaman, running his fucking mouth.
Shoot some darts.
Now you're worried about Ariana Grande pale drinking.
Well, I remember my mom won a perm one time on the radio. Speaking of radio, man, she won a perm, man. She won it outright.
That's just the worst radio prize ever.
Oh, it was great.
Was it a tight perm? Or did you win the loose one?
No, it was. I mean, it looked like somebody just deep fried my mother for about 9 seconds, you know? Just beautiful.
Oh, you liked it?
Oh, dude, my mother drove a Ford Festiva.
Right.
And I remember when she came home, boy, she was just fired up. And she looked beautiful.
Was her hair in need of a perm?
Oh, her whole life was in need of a perm, man. My mother delivered newspapers since the day I was born and still does.
Because you don't get more famous than her.
I told you, she got 121 million followers.
On what?
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
I didn't even think it was that many people on Instagram altogether.
Now he wants to be. Now he's friends with her. How about me? I carried your musty podcast equipment up and down his fucking stupid street.
Musty.
I was like, fucking. I thought I was in the movie Beat Street.
So she needed a little beauty in her life.
Oh, yeah. She didn't have many opportunities for that.
And the radio station gave her some beauty with the perm.
Yeah, she won that perm. She won it outright, and we were all fired up.
How do you win it outright? Wasn't she just like the 10th caller or something, or did she have to?
Sometimes there's you'll call and somebody else has won the same thing. You got to split it with them, I guess was an issue back in the day. Did you ever have to deal with that?
How the hell do you split a perm?
I don't know, but I could see somebody else trying to fight her for it. You know?
He didn't bring it in that plastic bag this time, did he?
Oh my God!
No, we got Ubons was talking about your bag. Nigga.
Oh, he showed up to the barbecue with a plastic bag with his.
They thought you brought seasoning,
bro. Sherrod. He showed up with his Centrum silver bag. And his Earth shoes, where they give $5 to some guy that's caged up in Mexico.
They talked about my plastic bag?
Yeah, they talked about it.
Hillbillies were making fun of me?
What the fuck? They were going to do a GoFundMe for an attaché case.
Yeah.
She looked beautiful when she got it, man. I remember when she came home, because I'd never seen my mother look like a woman, you know? I'd just seen her, I just thought of her as like a... like a mother, I thought she just beat us and fed us macaroni.
Someone that was just working hard to take care of her family.
Yeah.
I got Opie. I put Opie in a corner today. We were walking to Great Papayas, and I'm like, he wants hot dogs. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, so in my mind, I think I think of the worst of everything. And Opie, I love Opie. And we're sitting there, and he's like, he wants hot dogs. The first thing I said to him is, how many hot dogs do you get? He's like, 2. I'm like, what do you put on him? He's like, mustard and sour. I'm like, okay, normal dude. I'm into it. Whatever. We get there. I do it all switcheroo. I go, you're paying. He gets out his wallet. He has $48. I said, how does you walk out the street? I have $48 in duct tape to my left toe.
Yes.
I have a razor
cash
blade.
business.
No, yes, constantly.
Carl's all cash.
No, we can do a drug deal at any second.
A drop of a dime.
At any time, I can meet a drug dealer, and then in 5 minutes later, I'm the drug dealer.
Right. It turns into Yahtzee somehow.
And how old was your dad again when you got
signed up for the credit
when you
cards.
were born?
He was 70, so I was
when you were born. He was 70.
Yeah, he was born in 1910.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that was
your dad was born the same year as my grandma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was in the distance, man. He came from the distance,
How old did he make it to?
86. He died in 1996.
So you were only 16.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he got the cancer, and it really just hit him. And they said he got it from eating shrimp, but somebody might have just made that up.
Why would they say that to you?
I don't know.
What kind of cancer did he have?
I don't know. He had it all in his bottom and in his liver.
Why would they say it was shrimp?
I mean, just people say stuff, He got, lung cancer from living by the plant. People just,
right.
He got it from eating dirt. He ate bad dirt. People's always,
How polluted.
That's what you get for using barrettes. You got head cancer.
Right. How polluted is the shrimp that you get cancer from it?
That's Louisiana shrimp.
Louisiana shrimp. That's got to be glowing on the plate for it to give you the cancer.
It could have been bad.
And then Pete Davidson puts an Ariana Grande tattoo on his neck.
That's Pete, man.
Well, let me go
Opie,
with.
why does this?
Let me go with.
He's a young dude. Opie.
I feel like I'm.
Although
on
he has the
fucking
memories
Wendy
when it
Williams
when
show.
that whole thing explodes, he'll still have the memories. Like, yeah, that's right. Remember the time.
He could always cover it up with a 9/11 something.
That's a good joke. That's a goddamn good joke. That's
Thank
a
you.
fucking solid joke.
You can always be
I'm not backing off that goddamn
You can always
joke.
remember
That's a
something.
goddamn good joke.
Covered up with an eagle and an American flag.
And I'll never forget.
I will. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo.